Hey everyone and welcome back. Today we are in a combination that is notorious for the carnage it can create, and that is the GT3s at Spa. And throughout this race, this perspective on this combo will be proven correct. That is all I'll say. But now if you do go on to enjoy the video, make sure you go down below and smack that subscribe button, as I'm still aiming to hit 500 subs before the end of the year. We're only 130 away, so all the support really helps. Now I am driving the Porsche today in my brand new livery that I created, so hopefully it will go well. But now without further ado, let's head to the grid for a race where I have to pull out all the defensive techniques I know. So here we are, coming around the bus stop chicane on the outlap, about to begin as the lights are getting ready to go green, but the leader is off and we are underway. There are the green lights confirming the race start. We have Oscar Alama, we have Gabriel Deads on our side, on our outside. We're gonna have to keep it clean. A little bit of contact there, but it's 0x, so no incidents so far. But as you can see on the outside there's a little bit of body work sitting on the track, so obviously two cars have come together up ahead. But I'm gonna let off the throttle a little bit just to make sure I sit behind Gabriel here. I do not want to risk a move through a rouge this early on, as that is just a recipe for disaster. But now we head down the Camel Straight. We are in a big line, everyone looking for the draft. I'm just a little bit far behind, but we still have 2 seconds behind us as well, so we have plenty room. But the cars going side by side up in front. We missed the apex slightly, so we're not going to have the best run through the first part of the corner, and we just hit the next apex, but we're in a decent position here. Is the move on? No, I'm going to sit behind Gabriel for now and hope for a better opportunity, as that was not one. But he sees the opening down the inside of Hugo, but he gets squeezed out a little bit and cannot make the move stick. So we're now sitting in P10, having dropped 1 place to Gabriel since the start. But that is okay. That is not a bad position at all. We are still sitting very happy here. I'm happy with this position. I'm just happy to have kept it clean so far, and let's hope I can continue to do so. Then here's a replay then of something that happened behind us at the end of the Camel Straight, and it is carnage. Look at that. That is 7 cars held up there, a couple on the gravel, some with damage, but it does not end there. Watch this. The driver we are following right now completely loses it on the exit of that corner, rear end, and just decides to reverse across the track, collecting a fellow McLaren driver and putting him straight into the wall. And that is some appalling rejoins and appalling racing there, but we can't worry about it as we head on to lap 2. And there's another accident up ahead, 2 cars in the barrier, one of those being Harold, who we will come into contact with later on. But there's another car being turned around. We just managed to avoid him having to take to the grass. That is us up another 2 positions, but we do get an off track just for that, attempting to avoid the driver, and that must have been close, because from inside the cockpit it sure felt close. But just like that, we have moved from P10 into P6, 4 places gained in the matter of corners, and we are all over the back of Hugo here, who is sitting in P5, as we get another off track. And I'm really aiming to keep the safety rating nice and high. I'm sitting in just over the 3s, so I'm hoping to get to A class. But now here's a replay then of what happened. The Ferrari and Corvette just coming together through that corner, and I believe the Corvette just turned across the Ferrari's nose as if he wasn't there. But then this is what happened later on between the other Ferrari, I believe. Oh no, it wasn't actually. It was a McLaren and the Porsche. He just taps us inside, spins him around, and then the Porsche managed to keep going. But the McLaren, sorry, is gone. You can see we are now tucking in behind the Porsche there. Now we head on to lap 4, and Harold, who was the Corvette involved in the accident a little bit earlier, is now on my outside, and he's looking for the move. I've made a couple errors since then, and I am not driving at the quickest what I could be, although my last lap is the quickest lap I've ever set, a 19.2, but I'm still making some critical errors. But now we head into a rouge side by side. We give him plenty of room, but there's a bit of contact, and we've lost the rear end, and we are just sliding a passenger straight into the wall. I've slammed on the brakes, but it was no use. The car just continued to slide and slide, and that is us with definitely a heap of damage, some damage that I'm praying I don't get the meatball flag for, but it is still going to hinder me greatly throughout this race. But now here is a replay of what happened between Harold and myself then. You can see I give him plenty room on entry. We head through the second part. I still give him plenty room, but just a light bit of contact. And you can see me spearing off into the wall. Full lock, and the car just continues to slide. I'm very lucky, as in a practice session earlier, I did roll my car in a similar situation there, just sliding off full locks. So I'm lucky I didn't roll it, but it is still a frustrating accident, as it was a little bit of netcode when I checked on review, and it was very, very minor contact, which I don't think maybe in real life, because of there wouldn't be netcode, I don't think the accident would have happened. But it is something we're going to have to put behind us as we head onto lap 5. We have dropped 6 positions. We are now into P12, and we're losing, I believe, around 4 iRating or something like that. But then again, I make another dumb mistake, and I am now hit with a 1.2 second slowdown penalty and an off track. So I'm now on 5x, sorry. And this is not helping my case of wanting to reach A class by the end of the season. I'm currently sitting on 3.2 safety rating, and this is going to be in danger so far. We are only we're about halfway through, and I'm already on 5x, so it's not looking good. But I have to give up a heap of time there, 1.3 seconds, which has allowed Markin Borsak behind us to close in, and he is a 1.9k driver, so he's probably got a bit more pace than me. And he is in a Ferrari, which is, alongside the McLaren, perceived as the best car for this track. So he's going to be quick, very, very quick. So I just got to try and do my best to keep him behind as we head through Pouan and through the sweepers. But look at him, he's looking for the move. I've just got to hope he respects where I'm going to brake and not mess it up and go straight into the back of me, which I did do myself in a previous race by accident, although I was the one who spun. But look ahead, Harold has spun it round, and he does keep it clean, but I have to go to the inside to make sure I give him as much space as possible, which has allowed Markin to get up close. So he's going to have the run down this straight now, and down the kinking straight with slipstream. That is Harold. A little bit of karma there, maybe not. It just depends on how you take the other accident that happened before through a rouge. But that means we are now in P11, and I believe we are gaining 3 iRating, maybe something like that. So we want to be in this position minimum in order to gain. But now we head into the bus stop. Markin is still behind us. We are going to do our best to fend him off with 8 minutes to go. We do not want to give up a gain in iRating for safety. But here is a replay then of what happened to Harold in the Corvette. Heads through those corners, gets 2 wheels on the gravel, obviously doesn't take his foot off the gas, spears into the barrier, but safely reverses off track, which almost is a bad thing for him as he loses his rear. But as he gets back on track, he just completely steps on the throttle, spinning his tires and performing a very nice little donut there. But sadly for him, that'll cause him to lose an extra 3 positions. But it was good for me, so I'm not too bothered. But now we're on lap 6, and Kevin Downer is looking for a move around the outside. We have yellow flags up ahead. I believe one of the cars may have had a moment on the exit of the bus stop. You see he's 6.6 ahead now. That is Gabriel from the start of the race, but he has not had an accident big enough for us to close in greatly. He's still 6.6 seconds ahead. But now I'm going to have the task of fending off Kevin Downer for the rest of the 5 minutes. It is a task that is going to be incredibly hard with damage, straight line speed deficit. Am I going to be doing it today? As you can see down the Camel Straight, Kevin is all over the back of us with the overspeed, with the slipstream. We managed to hold him off for now. What a defensive maneuver that was, having to hold the inside line and then coming back across to give him a bit of a squeeze. But through this corner, you can see he almost touches their rear end as we miss the apex completely, forcing us to slow down a little bit to still make the corner. But Downer is going to be all over the back of us for the rest of this race. So I simply have the task of holding him off and maintaining this 3 iRating gain. Am I going to be able to do it? Well, there's only one way to find out. So make sure you stick to the end as we head into the sweepers down the hill, making sure we keep it on the track. We do not want any more incident points. We're already on 7x, but you can see Kevin has got the run through there because I have no steering, heaps of understeer without my front bumper and slow straight line speed. So, but realistically, these sweeping sections here are the corners that I need, because down the straight line, he is just going to gain and gain on us, and there's nothing I can do about that. So really, I need to prioritize these twisting and weaving sections to make sure I get the best runs out of them and keep him behind. We don't want any mistakes there, otherwise he will 100% get us on the straight. As you can see here, look at the rate of speed that he is gaining on us down this little kinking straight into the fast left-hander. He's still behind us in slipstream. He's going to pull to the outside. Is he? We're going to hold the inside, go defensive. He's going to lunge around the outside, but it's not going to be enough as I get to the apex first and hold him off for now. But there is still 3 minutes to go, so about 2-3 laps most likely. But you can see down on that same lap, coming down the camel straight once more. It's almost a carbon copy as Kevin is going for the move around the outside, but I hold him off to fight another day for P11. But you can see, look how close he's getting to me as we go through the right-hander. He is all over the back of us, but I'm just ahead of him enough to hold him off, and I'm just placing my car in the right places to fend off and maintain this P11 position. Now we head on to lap 9 here, and once again Kevin is going for the move around the outside. He's not as close this time, maybe learning from his previous 2 errors of not getting the move done, prioritizing the exit rather than the entries. He gets almost touches us, and in fact he does a 0x contact, which completely unsettles his car, and that has put him a little bit behind, 0.8 seconds to be exact, and that has given us a bit of breathing room on this final lap. Are we going to now be able to maintain this position for the last half of the lap and gain 3 iRating? A very minuscule amount, but an amount that will make me happy. I just want to see green on those stats after the race as we head down through the sweepers and about to commence the final couple sectors of the lap. And this is later on. We head through the left-hander. We're about to come around the bus stop for the final time. We brake nicely. He's still too far behind. He's actually battling with Mark and Borsak for P12, but we managed to maintain the position. But look behind, Borsak manages to get in front at the final corner, but we are going to cross the line in P11. What a race that was. An absolutely defensive drive of the century by me, but I'm happy it paid off, and look at that. In the end, we did manage to gain 3 iRating, so that is a green on the stats, but sadly we did lose 0.08, but it's alright, because this was my last race of the week, so I am going to be promoted to A class, which means next season on iRacing, with all the new updates coming, I am going to be racing IMSA. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you go down below and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.